Welcome back to Jazz and Jollage. Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm with my roommate Anna.
Hi.
You guys have never met before because we never film. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about freshman dorm options at Stanford, like where you can live, and kind of like the selection process for how you're put in dorms because you don't actually get to pick exactly where you live. So basically you have like 3 options of where to live. Like you can live in an all freshman dorm, which is all frosh dorm. You can live in a 4-class dorm, which has all 4 grades, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, or you can live in an ethnic house. And those are like all the options for when you are a freshman.
So we live in an all freshman dorm. We live in Alondra. So all freshman dorms generally are known for being a lot more party.
Yeah, a lot louder, a lot more like social, which I think can like turn some people off. It turned me off a little bit when I was initially going because I was like, oh, I'm going to Stanford, like I need to like focus on my academics probably. That'd be a good idea.
Well, and I was really nervous when I was choosing what type of housing I would do because I'm not the most outgoing person. And so I was worried that in an all freshman dorm I would be forced to like party and socialize all the time.
Yeah, but honestly, I could not recommend all freshman dorms more. I think that is a place where you have the most special community, and all frosh dorms, like our staff, like basically their job is to like make sure we have a good sense of community, and I think that the freshman dorm communities are something that's super unique to Stanford and something that you can't get if you're not in an all-freshman dorm, and you can only live in an all-freshman dorm, obviously, your first year here. So I think it's really special. Everyone is new in the dorm. Everyone's, like, eager to make friends. Everyone's going through the same kind of classes together. You're all going through the same struggles together. It's just a really awesome support system.
Okay, like, I've definitely felt like there's sometimes too much noise or too much loudness, but in general...
It's pretty manageable.
Right,
like,
and I think that most people who want a 4-class dorm say that they want it because they want to have, like, mentor figures. Like, they want to have people who live around them who know what they're doing. But the thing is, with a freshman dorm, you get that anyway because of the RAs.
Yeah,
like,
because of our staff. I feel like everyone is we're really close to our staff in Alondra, and I think in other dorms too. And I know my friends at other big schools like don't really know their RAs, don't really talk to them, but ours are like basically just like our friends.
Right, like I definitely feel like I'm getting all of the like experience and mentorship that I need without living with a bunch of upperclassmen.
Yeah, so I guess moving into the second one, 4-class dorms, it's basically like you have a freshman community like within the freshmen who live in that dorm, but it's just nice to like know every single person in your dorm. Like people I've talked to that live in 4-class dorms, they don't know everyone who lives in their dorm, but I think it's still a good option. Like,
right,
yeah,
like,
there's some people who don't get into freshman dorms who live in 4-class. I mean, most of them are like right next to all freshman dorms. You can just like make friends and like go over there and hang out.
Right, like it's not as if you don't still get to party because you can just go to all freshman dorms, and sometimes 4 classes will host parties, but it's just not that frequent. And there's definitely less of a sense of like everyone knows each other, everyone's friends, everyone's taking the same classes a lot in freshman dorms, which is really nice.
The third option of where you can live is in one of the ethnic houses. So ethnic houses are also 4-class dorms, and there's 4 on campus. So there's Ujima, the African American house, Okada, the Asian American house, Mwekma, the Native American house,
and Casa Zapata,
which is
the
Hispanic
Latinx
American,
house, yeah.
Those 4 houses you're able to live in whenever you're a freshman, but you do have to like fill out an application if you want to get into it. And those are super fun. So even though they're like based around ethnicity, you don't have to be the ethnicity to apply to live in the house. Actually, it's required that 50% of the people who live in the house are not of that like ethnicity.
Like I definitely have friends who live in an ethnic themed house who don't belong to that racial identity, and they still like they have a great time. They learn a lot. It's definitely more of like
it's like a cultural experience.
It's a cultural and educational experience for sure, more than just like a normal.
Yeah, it's really cool. So it's like an experience, and then you're also building that cool community. The other dorm that you have to apply to is xoxo, which we're just gonna let you guys know right now that if you're thinking of applying to xoxo,
don't. Just don't.
There's nothing wrong with people who want to live there, but I think the confusion is that xoxo is just like a normal dorm. xoxo is a place to go if you are more of the introverted type. If you want to have like a social experience as a freshman at Stanford,
would not recommend.
Yeah, don't make the mistake of applying there, because I do know some people who didn't know what it was and just like applied and then got placed in there, and it is also really far away from everything.
Yeah, it's the furthest west dorm on campus, and so it's not like super far from academics, but it's quite far from the other freshman dorms.
Which is the point of what
they're isolated, they're alone in the woods.
Yeah. Which is for some people, but Personally not for us. So basically you have to rank all of the different types of houses. My first rank was all frosh single gender floors, and then my second rank was all frosh co-ed floors, and then my third rank was a 4-class dorm, and then you have to like rank after that too. But I think you're basically guaranteed one of your top 3. That's what they told me. And
they say that you're guaranteed one of your top choices.
Most people get their top 3.
Especially if you say that you want to be in an all-freshman dorm, the chances of that happening are pretty high.
Yeah.
Because most freshmen live in all-freshman dorms.
So I got my second ranking because we live on a co-ed floor. And the other things you have to talk about in, like, when you're applying for housing is your sleep schedule, if you like your room clean.
But there's also, like, smaller things, like, is there a type of music that you really hate?
Yeah.
And is there, like, an artist that you really like?
Yeah, things like that.
So more, like, personality-based questions.
Are you okay with having, like, overnight guests in your room? Do you want your room to be, like, a party room, or do you want your room to be, like, a quiet room? Because definitely, like, our room is a quiet room amongst a party dorm.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted.
That's what I wanted too. That's why we're together.
Like, I wanted to live in a social environment, but I didn't want my specific room to, like, be somewhere that everyone was all the time, and I don't think our room's like that.
Right, so, like, the two of us... Some of our friends will sometimes come in. Yeah. But other than that, like, we definitely outsource our fun. And, like, there are rooms where we go to party. Because those people want to be party rooms.
There's, like, party rooms within each dorm. So you just have to indicate it as such so you and your roommate, like, will be on the same page.
Right.
The second part of the housing application is basically essays so they can pair you with a roommate. You kind of talk about similar things in your essays, just, like, your living habits, like, things that would be, like, absolutely so annoying for your roommate to do.
Like, I wouldn't even call them, like, super essays. Like, they're more just, like, a list of things that you hate and things that you really want.
Yeah, because how the selection process occurs at Stanford is they hire 2 sophomores to stay over the summer and read every single incoming freshman's housing application, and then they put together roommate pairs, and they put together, like, dorms.
Right.
So like, a dorm will be a specific community, but then you and your roommate... I feel like 99% of the time it works out. Even if, like, you and your roommate aren't, like, best friends.
You probably can cohabitate pretty easily. I know very few people who don't live well with their roommate.
Yeah, because, like, me and Anna, we don't, like, hang out all the time.
Yeah,
we're not in the same friend group, but like we're still friends.
Yeah, we still spend a good amount of time together.
But we're not together like 24/7.
Right.
But we like coexist. We're friends in our room. We hang out sometimes. I feel like that's ideal.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, like that's
like our social lives do not revolve around each other.
No, but
like I know that like if I'm gonna hang out in the room, Jasmine's happy to hang out with me.
Yeah, I feel like it usually always works out, and also to kind of emphasize like Stanford's importance in diversity, usually it's somebody not of your same ethnic background, not from the same part of the U.S. or like same country as you, probably not the same major or interest, but that could maybe differ, but then exactly the same living habits.
Right, so like I'm from Utah. I'm a political science major. We're quite different on
I'm from Texas.
Interests.
I'm an engineering major.
Like, the only thing that we have in common is that I used to dance, and she dances.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's the whole... But then, like, we're both really clean, and we both...
our room is the cleanest in the dorm.
We have a
sure.
reputation for being
organized.
Clean, even though there's a ton of stuff on your bed.
Yeah, right now there is.
Yeah, like, we go to bed around the same time every night. We wake up around the same time.
Honestly, I'm, like, super happy with the process, and I think a lot of my friends who went to state schools were... a lot of my friends who went to state schools had to, like, find their roommates online, and, like, you never really know people that you, like, meet on Instagram. Like, for us, like, we just put, like, our own personal needs, and, like, they did all the work matching it up.
I did not hold back when I was writing about what I want in a roommate.
Me
like,
either, no.
I said very point blank, like, you cannot be this, you cannot be this.
Especially, like, when you're meeting someone on Instagram, you're gonna be like, yeah, like, I like to do party and, like, do this, but when...
I also go to the beach,
yeah,
and then, like...
But when we're writing that mirror essay, you can be like, if my roommate does this, like, I'm not gonna survive.
I will kill her.
Like, I will not be able to do it. And, like, you can be really brutally honest. And you should be brutally honest in your essays. Like,
because otherwise, I have a few friends who weren't super honest in their essays.
And it showed
about, like, they were like, I can, like, live with anyone. I don't care how clean they are.
Like, no, you do care.
No, they care. Like, you always care. You're gonna care.
It's where you're living. Like, where you're gonna live for an entire year. You've probably been living in your own room, or, like, maybe with your sibling who you've grown up with. Like, that's not the same as living with, like, someone who's essentially a stranger. For an entire year. At a school that's really difficult, like, to go to academically and socially. Like, you just want to be comfortable in your room. And, like, I think the hardest part of going to college is, like, being, like, the difficulty in trying to find, like, your own time and your own space and, like, having, like, that space for yourself to just, like...
And, like, feeling comfortable and safe in that space. Like, you need to trust the other person to be able to feel comfortable. Your room is, like, your safe haven in college. Right. And so it would not be great if, like, I didn't trust her.
Yeah.
But I do, so it's awesome.
Okay, guys, so hope you enjoyed this video. More videos coming soon. Sorry I have not been uploading recently. This quarter is off to a rocky
interesting start.
Rocky start. But comment down below any videos you want to see from me next.
Comment down below if you want me to be in more videos.
Yeah. And comment if you got it early to Stanford, because I've been messaging people who did. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Just feel free to jump in whenever. That was so good.
That can be the outro.